what is really truly needed at this time in Brazil, since deforestation has been doubling, in particular during the Bolsonaro administration, what's really needed at this time is permanent protection for the Amazon rainforest and all of the ecosystems across Brazil and the ecological basin of the Amazon. The best way to secure that permanent protection is to secure indigenous peoples' land rights, which are being threatened, that are being attacked, that are being grabbed, in particular over the last 3 years during the Bolsonaro administration. There has been an increase, a doubling of deforestation, fires, and attacks on indigenous peoples and traditional peoples' land rights, including even a threat to roll back the Constitution to take away indigenous peoples' lands, which are the best protected lands in the rainforest. They're the
Right.
best protected lands around the world. Actually, 80% of our global biodiversity is in indigenous peoples' lands. So we must secure the land rights of indigenous peoples to ensure that places like the Amazon are protected.
Leila, we have talked about this before, but there seems to be the prevailing thinking is that, there has to be either measures taken against deforestation at the expense of economic development. I mean, is that an artificial argument? Can both be done?
Of course, what we need is balance. What we need is harmony. What we need is sustainability and regeneration, and a just transition to a new kind of economy that really does value nature, that really does value the balance of nature, which is what indigenous peoples and traditional peoples have been doing for thousands of years. Um, there's a proposal, a call right now from indigenous peoples of the Amazon called the 80 by 2025 initiative. And the call is basically acknowledging that the Amazon is at a tipping point. It is at the point of ecological collapse because of all of these threats, because economic development has been prioritized over the protection of biodiversity and human rights and our climate, frankly. And and so this proposal, this initiative called the 80 by 2025 initiative, Amazonia for Life, is saying that we need to permanently protect 80% of the Amazon by 2025. And that may sound like a grandiose and far-fetched idea, but that is actually not only what the indigenous peoples are saying, it's what scientists are saying, it's what the IUCN, the International Union for the Conservation of Nature, supports. And if we protected 100% of indigenous peoples' lands, we would get to that goal. And what would that really mean? It would be actually implementing
Right.
protected areas and indigenous areas. It would be restoring those areas that have been degraded. It would be supporting economic development, women's projects, ecotourism. I mean, it would be stopping any further destruction.